swift as my feet can carry me. I have something to ask.
Archduke Gortash. Now there's a man who knows good business.
Finally, a leader with some charisma. Ravengard was quite the dullard.
Absolute's army won't stand a chance. Gortash will crush them like roaches under his boot.
Although it's been some years since I last donned my armor, may need some minor adjustments around the waist.
Ravengard freed from the Hells, Archduke Gortash secures our borders. Baldur's Gate's future is bright indeed.
That is all, my lady. Cheese.
I'm not sure I believe her. Is it really now?
What did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree. And to think, the drama's just started. You see, Gortash has had Will's father relocated. I'm just an impartial observer. This is Gortash's game. A murderous one, the way I hear it. Ravengard's good as dead. And to think there's no way to save him. Or is there? I know enough. Let's talk to Will in your camp. Work something out. The Duke's life depends on it.
God is a charlatan, like every last piece of his riches.
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course she's dreamt up some risible scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? I couldn't even fathom a guess. Though, I doubt we'll need to wait long for answers. We'll have answers soon enough. Let's talk to Mazora. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to. Mind flayers are like devils. They just sport tentacles rather than wings. Clever, manipulative, exploitative. The Emperor says he's a friend. I think we'd be fools to believe him. And maybe it's true. Maybe Stelmane allied with a mind flayer and subjected the city to their political will. Or maybe he made an offer she couldn't refuse.
sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice. Adjudicators of diabolical contracts and bargains.
Holy hells.
You do not call upon the sisters. They come when the hells demand witness.
Enough, Mizora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
How else? We bargain. Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. A life for a life. No contract is ended without sacrifice. The cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose. Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat Ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mazura's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet. I have to believe that. I'm not the Hell's puppet in life, nor its warrior in death. The blade will be guiding his own hand. But freedom will be paid in my father's blood. Tomorrow, I celebrate my gain. Today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something. I signed his life away before the Hell's witnesses. It would be easier to drink the Styx down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise. We obtain the final 2 Netherstones and take back our minds, and the city, from the brain.
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. Impossible. My bargain was uncommonly reasonable. A single soul for the return of Baldur's Gate's most beloved duke. A real bargain, I should think. I never thought the legendary Blade of Frontiers would surrender his father for freedom. Not very valorous, if you ask me. But what does a mean old devil like me know about heroes? The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched. Oh, you are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead 3 in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious. The 9 hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first hell my home, Avernus, my mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it, the delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy. Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel. But those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead after all. Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what, When the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
Well met.
The devil Mizora has made herself quite at home, hasn't she? Do make her feel as unwelcome as you can.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
But please, don't look at me.
I can't believe Will's given up his soul to Zariel. For a father he fell out with ages ago. There's such a thing as being too good. Someone ought to tell Will Ravengard.
Go on. I was hoping you'd say that. It's a good old life, isn't it? If you're happy, I'm happy. Are you happy? Couldn't have said it better myself. Sure. What's on your mind?
I did not know Duke Ravengard that well. But I am sure he would not want his son to become slave to Zariel for his sake. I am sure Will knows that. But we would do well to remind him when his days grow dark. No one truly understands the weight of loss until they've worn it a while. There is no shame in sharing the load when you need to. There might be, but it's not a path I tread until we must. Let it wait until the city proper. Perhaps I'll have had a better idea by then.
Will gave up his father to have freedom. An understandable decision. Sacrifices must be made after all. Especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise.
Will sacrificed his own father. I hope freedom from the Pact is worth it to him. Fine. What's on your mind?
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome.
Will sacrificed his own father. A hard choice, but not one that is unknown in nature. At times, a seedling must strangle the very tree that bore it, if it's to survive.
Time and again, Will's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. It's one thing to make such a sacrifice in the pursuit of such a pack, but to do so in order to escape one. Truly, it leaves you with nothing.
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you. Ooh, more. Nice here. The caves smell like rotting meat. Goblin coat smells like goblins.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Well, are we ready for the road once more? Flattered as I am, you're fully supported as it is. Then let us be about it. Hmm? As I'm told. Still some way to go.
All right. What now? Best be on my way.
Watch your elders and learn.
Still breathing, despite everything. These boots have seen everything. Always at your side.
Oakfather preserve you. An unwieldy number. You must cut someone loose before I can join you. I'm with you.
I've got a long road ahead. Light on my feet.
What's cooking?
Is that blood? No, never mind.
All's well, I hope. Aside from the obvious. A bit crowded, don't you think? You'll need to swap out someone if you want me. Lead the way, then.
Can't afford to stay idle.
No time to rest.
Gortash has Ravengard on his side. That should tell you something.
What? Every duke's just the same as the last. Sticking up for each other as the sky falls around us.
Breathe deep and move.
Gods, it must be exhausting to be so cynical.
Thank you for the lift, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. Ta-ta.
All livestock admitted to the city must surrender. All livestock is now property of the Ducal Council for the duration of the ongoing emergency. Failure to comply will result in imprisonment and, if necessary, more severe punishment.
You haven't a chuffing back.
Prison? Stop before entering Baldur's Gate proper. Smuggling or any other form of deceit will...
Here we go. What's up for discussion?
Move along. I've got my hands full enough without gawkers. By order of Lord Gortash, all livestock admitted to the city must be surrendered. All livestock is now property.
You think you can do better?
Duration of the ongoing emergency.
Should you threaten that order, we will not hesitate.
No, dear reader. I'm afraid one of my columns is not in the latest issue. Print issues limiting space, according to our esteemed editor.
Hello? Does anyone want to buy a gazette? I don't know how. I'm only 6.
All livestock is now property of the Ducal Council for the duration of the ongoing emergency.
No, dear reader. I'm afraid one of my columns is not in the latest issue. Print issues limiting space, according to our esteemed editor.
Hello? Does anyone want to buy a gazette? Thank you.
Village do so.
I know. I just don't want to.
What do we do?
I hope so.
Any fate and after return your hand to the council.
What is that gonna do us?
At the ready.
City walls and steel watchers to get through.
That's the spirit. Next stop, Baldur.
Don't get too comfortable. It's only a matter of time before the army of the Absolute gets here.
What's the first thing you want to do after we settle in?
Sleep for a candy, or maybe two.
Aren't you?
I can eat in bed.
I just hope somewhere has good dwarven beer. Don't think I'll be able to sleep without a decent drink.
Oh, you? I know you. How delightful to meet in person. Though, you're shorter than I expected. My name's Estra Stir, journalist. I speak to the people of Baldur's Gate so our readers don't have to. You are quite correct. The best broadsheet around. I would certainly recommend picking up a copy in the near future. You are, after all, the star of the next Baldur's Mouth Gazette. If I told you, you'd lose the fun of reading it yourself. It's our juiciest edition in an age bound to get everyone talking about you. Darling, we can't let the readers decide what the content is. We've editors for that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've really said rather too much and written rather too little. Good day. I'm afraid your piece hasn't gone to print yet, my sweet. Patience.
What's the first thing you want to do after we settle in?
Not my concern.
Not like we can even turn around and leave now. Absolute slender sin good and
Citizen, you are being accompanied by a malfunctioning steel watcher. Please stand back.
I think you have the wrong hunk of metal.
False. Report your purpose, steel watcher. Why are you following these citizens unbidden? Ah. I understand your malfunction. Your unit is a highly outdated model. The Ragnak's casement protecting your metallurgized iced valves is burning well outside the recommended temperature. Please report to the Steelwatch Foundry for dismantling.
little man. If I report to this foundry, can my engine be fixed?
Your make is very obsolete. Repairing your engine would be not only impractical, but impossible. Report to the Steelwatch Foundry for immediate dismantling.
Yeah. Tell me something I don't know. Not sure. Maybe whatever keeps them going is similar to my tin can. Turns out I'm the fucking prototype for these things. I'll dismantle every single one of them.
Any threat to the Steelwatch is a threat to Lord Gortash himself. Please report to the Steelwatch Foundry for immediate dismantling. The Steelwatch Foundry is off-limits to visitors. This malfunctioning unit can escort itself back.
Someone's reported a theft in this area. It seems you're the likely culprit. What will you do? Not for communal use, it seems. Best show some respect. Or some more cunning.
Nap on duty again, so this will look like a damned holiday.
Keep your hands to yourself. You're being watched.
twist some arms and clean up the riffraff.
You types don't care what goes on around.
About time. The Manip assured me a builder would come around a 10-day ago, and hold it. You're not the builder. Which means I've got no use for you. Hooligans at the Mermaid have been using my shutters for target practice. And that's not the half of it. I've had to replace the same window 3 times now, not to mention the mess they've made of my front door. Now either you learn to fix my broken shutters, or you wag your tongue elsewhere.
How many times do I need to say it? You sent word about a lead, said that I should come see you about it.
Of course, madam. Let me just... Forgive me, why are you here?
Is this some kind of sick joke? Do you have any idea what I've been through these past few days? My daughter Vanra, my little girl, she's missing. This stupid, useless fist said she had a lead, but she must have been stuck in Dream Mist or something.
Madam, tell me. You said... she was... taken from a tavern?
Yes, the blushing mermaid down by the docks. I told you 100 times. Why aren't... How many times do I need to say it? You sent word about a lead, said that I should come see you about it.
Of course, madam. Let me just... Forgive me, why are you here?
Is this some kind of sick joke? Do you have any idea what I've been through these past few days? My daughter Vanra, my little girl, she's missing. This stupid, useless fist said she had a lead, but she must have been stuck in Dream Mist or something.
Madam, tell me. You said... she was... taken from a tavern?
You catch the barest tendrils of magic coiled around the flaming fist.
Yes, the blushing mermaid down by the docks. I told you 100 times. Why aren't you listening?
Someone or something has tampered with her memory.
What were we discussing?
What is happening? I feel like I'm going mad.
Nonsense, I'm fine. Madam, tell me why you're... here, and I will assist.
God, you're right. Something's wrong with her. Can you help me? I've no family, and Vanra's father isn't around. The flaming fist was my last resort. I'm so afraid. And so tired. I've been looking night and day everywhere I could. You well? Thank you. I haven't slept or eaten since she disappeared. I'm terrified something has happened to her. Her name is Vanra. She's 7 years old and has red hair, like me. We were in the Blushing Mermaid when she was taken. Just up by the docks. No, unless you count a couple of old drinking mates at the next table. But they'd be no help. They barely remember their own names. I was sober, though. I swear. I stop in the maid for a drink sometimes. But it was only a quick one. Of course. The front of house, Bosun Gannet was there, and the owner of the Blushing Mermaids, Captain Grizzly. Neither lifted a finger to help me look. It was awful. Thank you. I'll head home. Can't stand being around these idiots any longer. Come find me the moment you hear anything.
With an increased number of complaints, sir.
I apologize for the hassle that woman caused. Such time wasters and troublemakers are a plague on the Flaming Fist.
On my way. I wonder what's past this. What's hiding here? Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal. Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
Can't risk being in open view.
Not for communal use, it seems. Best show some respect. Or some more cunning.
Have to keep going. No traps, please. Bet I can crack that open.
Quiet day, mostly. Don't go spoiling it.
Not for communal use, it seems. Best show some respect. Or some more cunning.
What's that? I'm way too big.
This guard caught you picking a lock. Perhaps you'd like to try the lock of your very own cell.
Don't waste a step.
I was the wrong sort. I'd burn that vial right to it.
Nah. Let's see what Portier has to say.
What is that gonna do us? How are we gonna support ourselves, huh?
Please, sir. We have children. We need to be able to